Hello. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Philo. How are you? Today I'm going to talk about how to keep the flame in your relationship burning. Why is this important? Why is this important? Because we are living in a hyper-sexualized society, and many marriages today or relationships break because of infidelity. And that brings me to today's topic. How do we keep the flame in our relationships burning, whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, whether it's an exclusive relationship, whether it is a marriage? Okay? And let me start by saying this, ladies and gentlemen. A marriage or a relationship is a full-time job. And a full-time job has its duties and it has its obligations. So when we enter into a relationship or a marriage or whatever, any setup of a romantic relationship always interprets that we are ready to take up that responsibility so that it works out. I mean, it takes a certain amount of psychological and physical and mental and spiritual preparation for a human being to decide to get into a relationship. So I already mentioned those kind of things. I discussed all these things in the previous topics, and today I'm only going to focus on how to keep the flame burning in our relationships. And what am I gonna focus on? I'm gonna focus on sex in the bedroom. I know many people don't want to hear about sex, but that's the reality. Infidelity is all about cheating on your partner or being cheated on. And it's all about sex. So let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. I'm interested to talk about this topic, and I'm hoping that by discussing this, it's going to be an eye-opener or give some insights to some of, especially ladies, because we are the engineers, we are the pilots, we are the managers, we are the heads. I mean, the man is the head or the neck. So if you're the one holding that man, so it means that relationship depends so much on us or on you, lady. If it has to work out on how you decide to treat that man, especially in bed. Okay, you know, guys, this Philo, you guys already know, I do not sugarcoat. I don't have time to sugarcoat. I call a spade, and I call a spoon, All right, I don't try to call a spade, a big spoon. So let me dive straight away to some of the things or some of the tips that a woman, I mean, especially we women, or some of the tips that we can do as women to keep the relationship working. Some of the things that, you know, it's about some few tips, some few tips, some things which we actually ignore. They're so tiny, but they create a whole lot of difference in relationships, all right? Okay, I know you're laughing like, oh my gosh, she's so crazy. Yes, these things have to be talked about, ladies and gentlemen, because it's everything about divorces, everything about breakups, it's all about sex. Why would a man go leave a woman and have sex with another woman elsewhere? Why? Where are we going wrong? What do we need to rectify? So, all right, number one, do these things and keep the flame in your relationship burning. Okay? Number one, since I've said that a marriage or a relationship is a full-time job, It means 24/7. Your main job is to seduce your husband. Number one, seduce him. You are legitimately his wife, you're legitimately his girlfriend. So you're doing nothing wrong by seducing this man, turning him on. I mean, if a man leaves the home in the morning and goes to his job, basically, that time he's in his office, write him sweet messages. Just be funny, be kind, like, oh honey, I was just thinking, don't go policing him around, or like coming across like a detective trying to ask him, where are you now, what are you doing, da, da, da. No, I mean, that turns off men. So just pretend, just assume that you've just met a guy and you're trying to turn him on to just make him, or turn around his attention to you. Okay, when you're seducing a guy, you haven't started a relationship. I mean, you talk nice. You talk him, oh darling, I was just thinking about you, so I just decided to give you a call. Or you just text him sweet nothings. This is how we're supposed to treat our men, because men are like kids. They never stop. They don't stop being. I mean, they don't mature. They mature as a man, but they still, want to be. They want to be taking care, just like you take care of a kid all the time, giving them attention and trying to be nice, and brainwashing them that, oh my god, you're the most important person on planet earth, oh my god, like, I just miss you already, oh my god, I mean, you have to occupy him. I mean, occupy his mind positively, instead of texting him that, oh, I mean, da, 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 you start, forget about that. I mean, these tips are the things that are going to be working in this new era, because as we already know, men are already women, and women are more than men. So it means if you have a man or you're in a relationship, you have to take care of this guy really, really the best way that you can. That, I mean, if something happens, that you divorce or you break off, you've done your best. You're not trying to blame yourself like, oh, I would have done that, I should have improved that. Now this is the time to improve on those things. Seduce him. You are legitimately his wife. So if you don't seduce him, or you just kind of treat him like, it's normal, I'm with this man and it's just normal, it's not normal. Every day you have to keep on seducing him. Number one, seduce your man. Seduce him. Okay, write him sweet nothings, text like, oh my god, those text, send him those kinds of things when he's at work, so that you keep on, you engage him emotionally, engage him emotionally. And so when he can, it's like foreplay, guys, it's like foreplay. So the whole day he's super excited about what you're writing him. It doesn't matter whether you're just adding in some sugar and salt, but you have to do it because it's necessary. If you're not doing it, some other girl who is just throwing her eye on this man will be writing him all the time. Yeah, I mean, so you have to, don't leave that vacuum. Fill that vacuum. Don't give him the space. Don't give him the time. Okay, that is number one. So when your husband comes back at home, or your boyfriend, if you're in an exclusive relationship, or, I mean, for those who are just living apart but they're still together, it's the same thing. I mean, he might not be coming to you, but whenever you meet, or whenever he's wherever he is, you engage him, like you seducing him. Actually, I don't want to call it by any other name. I'm just going to say seduce, because you seduce a man seduces a woman, and when he gets this woman, it's the woman's turn to seduce this man forever. It's your full-time job forever. It's like you have flowers, you planted flowers, or you planted trees. I mean, you got to, your full-time job as a gardener is to keep on watering your plants for you to harvest, to be able to have a fertile harvest from your plants, right? And that applies to marriage, right? Okay, number two, try things like nice massages. Ladies and gentlemen, for example, I'm talking to you men who go to massage therapists. So many men go to massage therapists just to be massaged, but he has a woman at home who has hands. What is your job, woman? Why would your husband be going to be massaged elsewhere by a massage therapist who is just a woman with her needs, and she's, like, alluring, and one thing leads to another easily. So things like massage, your husband comes home, oh God, maybe he's tired, so you have to calm him down, right? You have to prepare your house like never before. Like if it's a bedroom, the bedroom is always like smelling nice. It's really arranged. All the things look like every day he should feel like he's coming to a sanctuary. He wants to come back. Like the bedroom is like a sanctuary. A sanctuary is a place you just come to relax and you feel at home, you feel at peace. And when he comes in there, like, oh, darling, I know you had a hard day, so let me prepare for you a bubbling bath. Let's go to the shower together. Go to under the shower with your husband. Those kind of small things. Maybe in the shower he gets the electricity and he has no chance to resist. A man is a man, but you're waiting for him to until he comes in the bed. That is just monotony. You have to break the monotony. You have to spice your marriage. You have to spice the way you do your sex. You have to be creative in the bedroom, right? And that is why I said massage your man. Be creative in the bedroom. Communicate, all right? Many of us enter into relationships and we don't even discuss or communicate with our men. Like, what do you prefer? What do you really love? What do you want me to do for you? You can go to a restaurant and then you just sit there and then the waiter has to figure out what she can bring to you and you can eat anything. No, you order what what your really preference is, what you enjoy, what tastes for you. And in the bed it's the same thing, right? And those are the things you also ought to discuss when you're getting a man in the beginning, right? Like, okay, you have to understand his sexual needs, his preferences, and those kinds of things. You might not love some of the things that he wants, okay? And he might probably not like some of the things. You have to strike some kind of consensus, like how far can we go? Some days you can say, okay, because I just want to make this to work out, and he's my husband, so probably I'll compromise and maybe offer him this because you want it to work out. If you guess what, if you do not do it, he's gonna get another woman who will do that for him outside, and then guess what? That's when you eventually lose him because it feels like the sex at home is too boring. It is too monotonous. So you spice up your bedroom, spice up the sex with this man. Just make it come across like it is so spicy. Like every day you're coming up with some small punch of spice in the whole thing. You gotta be creative. There are books, there are all those. I'm not saying that you have to become kinky, the kinkiest woman, and I don't know. No, just these super small things. Like, I mean, even yourself, you can't eat every day. I don't know, spinach and fish. I mean, today you could cook the spinach with coconut. Tomorrow you could cook it with curry. The other day you could cook it with whatever, some other different spice. And that is the way sex is. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no sugarcoating. That's the reality, and you want to make it work out. You're the woman in the home. You already have, even if you have kids with this man, you have to strike a balance. You have to know how do you train the kids and what time are they going to go to bed that you have that time, or whether it would be like now you're going to take a shower and you can do that stuff in there. Sometimes it doesn't have to be in the bedroom. You can do it in the kitchen. If you don't have kids, it could be in the living room. It could be anywhere, as long as it's something different. Because if you just train your head like, okay, in the bed, so it's just a repetition. So you can imagine 5 years with a man or 8 years with a man, and every day it's in the bed, the same style, the same word. It's boring, man. I mean, let's talk about these things. We're not living in Stone Age times. No, Stone Age times, men and women had just the missionary style, right? And everything was perfect because they only wanted to make children. Today, guess what? Many men or women in relationships are not about making, it's not about making children. It's just about like fulfilling a basic need, because sex today is a basic need. Food, shelter, medication, sex today in the modern society is a basic need according to Maslow's theory, hierarchical theory. Okay, so these are realities we don't want to hear, but unfortunately they are so real. They are so real. They are so real. Some of these men don't even talk about them, but it's up to you to bring them on the table, to make sure that this man, even though you can suggest, I mean, he might not tell you, but he would go somewhere else to try those things. So you suggest and like, oh, why don't we maybe try this? Why don't we, you have to always spice up something new. You know what I mean? So, and then another thing. Now, Your telephones, mobile phones, they are killing your relationships, both men and women. When you get back home, you've had your telephone the whole day. Now it's time for you to give attention to your woman. And you, woman, it's the time for you to give attention to your man. You understand? And the telephones are supposed to be switched off because guess what? This man has been spending outside the whole day. Now he's back home. And the time maybe you start kissing, you start kissing, probably you start, the vibe comes in because not all the time, it's not all the time that this guy or you guys are turned on to want to have the action, right? And that very time, someone is screaming, so it distracts the whole moment, that fun for that moment, that romanticism, it drains you guys, it steals this moment, and then you start talking on the phone. Oh, now you forget what the time you finish talking, that man is already called, right? Or you yourself, now you're kind of worried and occupied with other things. How about when you just decide that the phones, we're not putting our phones. Okay, a man can talk on phone after you've already done some, you've already satisfied each other sexually. Let me just call it, like, spade is a spade, not a spoon. All right, but not come at home. You haven't even eaten. He's already talking on phone. You haven't, or you are already busy talking on phone. Or you meet for a date with your girlfriend, and you are having a date. You've been away from each other. You don't live together, and the only thing you can is to be seated looking in your phone all the time. You can't communicate. So why are you even meeting? So the phones are deal breakers in deal breakers. These are deal breakers. They kill the flames in many relationships. Phones. Stop using those phones. Use those phones for relevant, credible reasons, and not when you're with your partner. This is time for you. It is the you time, you and him time. So how can you and him time be now again with the phone with another bunch of people on your media, like PC texting them back? And how can that happen? And then eventually it becomes a habit. It's a distraction which takes away the intimacy that you guys will be developing and getting to be connected emotionally for this to work out in the long term. Right? So, and then the other thing, ladies and gentlemen, is the television. What the hell is a television doing in the bedroom? The bedroom is not an entertainment place. Entertainment place could be in the living room where you could be watching television together or whatever. But in the bedroom, you come there, relax. You wanna enjoy your woman, and your woman wants to enjoy you. You have time to kiss and touch and massage him, and burn, sweet scented candles, and get yourself in that tune, because romance is not something like a candle. It's not like a bulb. A human body is not a machine which you can just turn on and off. So you have to create the atmosphere. You have to allow the atmosphere and the energy, you have to draw in those energies. But many of you unfortunately don't even draw in the energies. You allow so all kinds of distractions you can choose not to allow, and guess what? Things will change. You allow. How the hell can you put a television in the bedroom? How? What time? And this guy has to sleep and wake up tomorrow and go to work. What time are you gonna have the time to kiss him and to hold him and to turn him on and to make him really hot for you, so that even that sex can happen? I mean, that's where we need to make all these changes. Guess what? If we don't make those changes, then he's tired. He's gonna sleep. Tomorrow, another man will capture him, and then no wonder you start complaining like infidelity. How can a man lie, cheat on you? If you do your job well in your department, madam, lady, gentlemen, ladies, all these things are in all this together. Some of these things we have to change. The future success, you are the key to the future success to your relationship. Not that one, not you yourself. So there are certain things you're supposed to change, and you have to change them from today, from now. And you will see these things that I'm talking about also change. You see a loyal man, you see a man who is hot all over you. But if you don't, guess what? If you ignore all those things, after some time, with time, you start getting apart. And it becomes so hard to repair, because then the relationship is too cold, right? And then you don't even need to cry and say, oh, he cheated on me, because you created that situation for him. You know what I mean? If you didn't listen to my other videos, please listen to these videos again, because everything, for every reaction, there is, for every reaction, there is always an effect. Okay, let's not forget these things, right? So I hope that you are going to take these and use some of these things. Seduce your man, give him some massage, hot bubbling bath. Communication is the key. Be creative in the bedroom. Switch off the telly. Switch off your mobile phones, and sometimes try to agree with the man, because the modern man is already spoiled. You understand? You know, so don't say, oh, I mean, you have to understand him. That's why when you get to know a man, you have to decide. Like, don't just rush into the sex and then at the first beginning, and then you say we're getting married. I mean, you have to understand him. Like, what does he just only want this normal sex, or would he want some other sex apart from the normal missionary? Okay. And when you identify those kinds of things, then this man, guess what, is not going to be looking for the other woman who he can do the other type of sex from behind and you from. No, you have to strike a balance, because you chose him. So you chose him with his desires, with his preferences, and you have to work something around these. And if it can't work out really well, why don't you even go to a swinger club and find a swinger club where he can exchange. There are women who love that, and at least he's not cheating on you. So you're in a setup where there's this trust that he's your husband, but then you can exchange partners, so he can enjoy with the other woman who wants, I don't know, who loves this kinky stuff, and you can, and then everybody's okay, really, seriously, because let's just look in the future. Who thinks that the men will remain, everything is about the computers, digital, and this digitalization has changed so much in society. Even men who didn't know about style A, they know so much, and guess what, they would love these things to experiment at home. So don't be naive. Don't try to be like, no, I want to be married, mother of Jesus. No, he'll go and look for the kinkiest woman who's ready to explore. So it's better to talk, put every table all those things on the table, and let him discuss, and you work away around how this is gonna work out. Okay. All right, guys. I hope that you subscribe and like my videos, and I'm gonna end on that note, and then and I'm gonna continue this topic a little bit more, because I guess this was so much for today. All right, so I wish you all the best, and don't forget to subscribe and like and share my video. All right, bye bye.